everyone! Today I am taking you on a walk downtown Paris. So what are we going to see? We're going to see the life that Parisians have and some touristic landscapes as well. So here is a very nice church in the 7th arrondissement, so pretty close to the Seine, the river. We're going to see some museums. Here is the Petit Palais, one of the big museums down the Champs-Élysées. But I'm also going to take you off the beaten track here to some places that are not necessarily listed in all the touristic guides. And one example is this beautiful castle here in the Marais, very close to Notre Dame and the Seine River. Look how beautiful that is, and how old as well. And of course, we're going to need some snacks and food, so I will take you to some bakeries and we're going to have lunch together. But yeah, let's tag along with me. And here I am, your host, Anne, the little Frenchie in Big Texas, here posing in front of the Élysée Palace, which is the equivalent of the White House in Paris. And here are the beautiful bridges. We have so many of these bridges along the Seine. And that is probably one of my favorite ways to visit Paris, right there, on a boat. So here it was at sunset. And I would really recommend to do it twice actually. Once during the day and once at night with all the lights on. Because it's like a completely different show. A different Paris that you witness whether it's by day or by night. So if you have the time and you enjoy a boat cruise, I would definitely recommend to do it twice. But another way, and probably the most practical to go around, is biking. So Parisians bike a lot nowadays. There's a lot of traffic, not easy to get around by cars, so biking is definitely the way to go, unless you do like me and you walk. That one was a very funny one, and I've seen quite a few around Paris that they have developed, but it's really only in the touristic area and made for the tourists. Most Parisians, they either bike, walk, or take the subway or the buses. But here I was walking, so this is pretty much walk-only street, no cars unless it's for delivery to one of these nice cafes. This is an ice cream, Italian gelato, which is delicious. But yeah, it's a very passing street in a very nice area of Paris where you can get pretty much anything. You see here flowers, you've got vegetables and fruits just after, and a lot of terraces. Cafe, restaurants, bars. Given you don't have cars, it's a very nice place to just sit and enjoy a drink. And here it was the middle of July, so people were outside sitting and enjoying drinks. Or a very fresh, refreshing fruit. Who knows? But yes, let's tag along. I will put some light music on and we'll come back to give you some explanations along the way. Enjoy the video, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I do a bit of everything on my channel. So you'll see some touristic visits, but as well as homesteading, homeschooling, product reviews, pretty much everything we do here in the house. After all this walk, it's time for a drink. So here are the two most famous terraces, I think, and historical cafes in Paris, the Café de Flore and Les Deux Magottes. So, little drink, and after the drink, we are going for crepes. French crepes. Salty ones here. Salty. And now let's talk prices. So we are in a very nice and touristic area of Paris, so prices are high. Examples here for the coffees. Same here with lunch, 20 euros with an appetizer, meat for the main dish and a light dessert. But what's really interesting is the real estate. It's outrageously expensive in Paris, in that particular area in the center of Paris. Look at that, 1.1 million for 83 square meters, so roughly multiply by 10 to get it in square feet. And when they mentioned the rooms, that was 4 rooms, but they're small. That one is 11 square meters, one room. 11 square meters is nothing, it's 100 square feet, nothing. And usually they're at the top of the building. They used to be used by the maids in the past. But now they go for 145,000 euro in that neighborhood. This one here, 54 square meters, so roughly 550 square feet. 3 rooms, which is pretty much one main room and 2 very tiny bedrooms. You don't have room for much. But you are in the 15th, which is a very residential Parisian neighborhood where people live. Residential here. Nice place here, not too far away, I think, from the Champs-Élysées. 1.1 million. So once again, you have 2 bedrooms, probably not that big, but you've got a bit more square meters here. But here we're getting a bigger apartment, 120 square meters, so above 1,000 square feet, with 3 bedrooms in a very nice area, and apparently it's on the ground floor with a little patio to sit with some trees. But look at the prices. And this one, 2.7 millions. Wow, but this is a big one, 200 square meters, so that's big. And this one, 2 millions too, is not as big, but you on the rooftop, you have a terrace in one of the most classy neighborhoods in Paris. The colors over there are the energy savings, and most of these buildings are not the greatest because they're kind of old. Talking about old building, we are crossing the river here, going onto the right bank, and look at that historical castle in Le Marais. This building you see here is called Hôtel de Sens, and it is old. It was built in the early 1500s and was intended to be the home of some wealthy archbishops, and then it changed hands many times along the centuries. a queen, very famous one, Queen Margot, lived there at some point in time. But nowadays, it is a library, a public library, and a museum as well, with expositions that rotate. So this is a very well hidden jewel in Paris that you can visit. And it's right there in the Marais, by the river, very close to Notre Dame. Look at it, very well maintained. And if you look over there, follow my finger, this is the river, right there by the bridge. So it's just a block away. So here we are crossing the river to the Ile Saint Louis, and what you see over there where I point my finger is the actual Paris town hall. So it's not very far, all right there. Paris is not big by itself, you can easily walk from here to the town hall. But yeah, this is where it all started in Paris. Very, very old, historical Paris, and also home to one of the best ice creams in the world. If you're in the area, I would strongly suggest you getting an ice cream on that island. So crossing now on the other side of the island, another bridge, and this is, in my opinion, the best view of Notre Dame, looking at it from the back. Except that right now what you see is the whole work, renovation. Hopefully it will be finished next year and built back to identical. Let's just cross finger and hope so, but this is, in my opinion, the best view of Paris, especially at night with the lights on. It is magical. So let's give it another year and hope for the best. And these tourists here on the boat are enjoying the view. They usually turn around just a bit further down the river and come back. As you can see, you can get in on one side and out on the other right there. Something also very interesting to note here are the narrow streets. You have plenty in that area, just because it's the way it was built long time ago. The streets were very narrow and the buildings were not that tall. So looking at the view here, you have the Town Hall of Paris. Isn't that a beautiful building? A lot more modern, but very nicely done. And of course some terraces, because people enjoy sitting and having a drink, especially in the middle of the summer and the heat. And you can find these terraces all across Paris. So here's the front of Notre Dame, very nice explanation on what happened. You can sit there, you can read, look at what's happening. Very, very pleasant area. But so we are going to cross the river here. We were on the right bank and we are now going to the left bank, and we are going to visit the Latin Quarter. Very student area, old areas of Paris as well, with some more narrow streets. We're going to walk a bit along the river, look at the Bouquinistes that sell old books, posters along the Seine, and finish with some drinks and dinner here. Another common shop here, this is a herbal pharmacy. So they sell herbs as well as essential oils, and usually have pharmacists, herbal pharmacists, scientists in there to advise the customer. We have a few in Paris, not many, and this is one of them.